Headkrack's hip-hop spot. I got nobody else in the studio other than the man, the myth, the legend, the boss, Rick Ross.
I've been waiting on this day a long time. The streets, we getting so much love. Make sure you go get your copy of the album, the physical album, Mastermind, right now. Make sure you go get it right now. What's happening, big homie?
Yo, homie, now you and Diddy, you guys are like a buddy cop movie waiting to happen. Like every time I see a video with you guys together, it's always like some cool, ballerific, outlandish stuff going on, man. And he's executive producing the whole entire album, man.
Yeah.
How was the experience?
Man, I had to bring my family to the table on this one. I believe that's what bosses do, and it was time for that. So as far as, co-executive producing, I brought my brother Gucci Poochie, DJ Khaled, and most definitely Diddy on board. Diddy mixed the album as well, and, I just wanted this album to feel different. I wanted this album to feel, like the mid-90s, you know what I mean? And when I went and played the, maybe I had maybe 80 to 90% of the album done. I went and played it for Puff. And I was just like, I wanted some advice, from his point of view. Me being a writer, I approach music from a writer standpoint. Him being a producer, he approached it from, that standpoint. So, when I'm listening to the lyrics first and the punchlines, he's listening to the hi-hats,
right,
the snares and the kicks. So we brought the best of both worlds together. The things I didn't know about, the music and the transitions. He brought that to life on this album.
And it seems like there's a crazy cohesiveness to the album that you only see flashes of in hip-hop very so rarely. Like, I think I saw it on Kendrick's album, definitely, Good Kid, Mad City. Like, there is literally something on here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The balance is, there's reggae. Right. There's like that cool, like drum and bassy, the weekend sound and stuff on there, man. Right. So like out of all the stuff that's on there, judging by lyrics, I could tell that deep down at the bottom of it, your passion is like hip-hop, underground, hip-hop, backpack rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you got lines in there about Jay Dilla. The last track on the regular version, not the deluxe edition, where you flip that Souls of Mischief 93 to Infinity sample. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and people would probably think that you're not into underground hip-hop because you are who you are.
Right.
Who are your influences?
Right, man. But I think that's the beauty about the art. You know what I'm saying? The culture. You could go across the board with, producers that you love, and Jay Dilla most definitely was one of those. You know what I mean? And rest in peace, most definitely. But I know I'm such a huge figure in that street sound. You know what I mean? Those big choruses, so on and so forth. But that's when I flip it to that Maybach music side, and you hear those different types of records, and I think that's where really my longevity in the game come from.
Word. Because you could tell, like, on certain records, even when you go back on previous projects, like, yo, there was somebody in the studio playing that bass. Like, there was a band involved. Even when you did the tour with the 1500 and nothing band, like, you could tell you a music dude, man, and it definitely resonates.
Most definitely. That come from, my mom coming from, Mississippi in the South, and whenever we drove from Miami back there during the summer, that's a 25-hour ride as a youngin', man, and I had to listen to nothing but Clarence Carter, you know what I'm saying, and Curtis Mayfield, so on and so forth, but it gave me game at the same time. So when I listen to and approach music now, I listen to it from both ways.
Yo, so like out of all them oldies that you used to ride around with your parents listening to, right? What's that joint that's like, touches you in such a way where it almost make you tear up? Like what one really hits you?
It would have to be a Bobby Womack, maybe that's the way I feel about you. That's one of those records that I could just put on repeat for the day.
Just zone out?
Yeah.
Word up. Now, the Mastermind. A mastermind has to remember a bevy of things.
Right.
The first rhyme you ever wrote, do you remember it? And how did it go?
I may not remember my very first rhyme that I wrote. I remember the beat, the instrumental that I wrote it to. It was actually one of my mom's vinyls. It was a vinyl or cassette of Rebe Jackson. The record was called Centipede.
Yeah.
I was a young dude. That was the first tempo, and I wrote to maybe that one beat for a year. So that's the beat. If you listen to Rick Ross and you study Rick Ross, I'm sure if you went and got that beat would fit with half of the
cadences.
Music. Yeah, because that's what it was. But one of my very first songs, the very first song that I ever completed, I remember that.
Man, that's amazing, man. Well, yo, man, we're definitely rooting for you. Thank you for all you continue to give to hip-hop, because you're consistent as hell. Like, most people, you know, some people drop an album, like, once every 3 years, but, like, I mean, it seems like at least every 12 to 16 months we can depend on an album from Rick Ross, and the quality ain't going down. It's only going up.
It's only going up. We getting better and better, so today we going to celebrate. We going to pop us a bottle of that Bel Air Rose. Salute all the Black Bottle Boys everywhere. Salute everyone that's downloading this album on iTunes, that's going to get this album. You riding with your homegirls, your homeboys. You riding with your people. Check this Mastermind out and hit me up on Twitter. Let me know how you feel about it, at Ricky Rose.
Mastermind, go cop it right now. Headkrack's Hip Hop Spot.
Stores, baby.
Out.